What's up, everyone? It's your boy, Andy Coach, George Caliors, coming at you live, as normal, from Anabolic State of Mind. So here I am, wanted to do some strongman training, but it turned out to be raining when I went outside to do it. I got done working out, and then the rain had all gone. Typical Wisconsin. So here I am doing some sandbag fake loads, so basically lap and then squat up and load it, drop it back down instead of just putting it on a shelf or something. I started off doing 5 of these every minute on the minute, but I was getting really tired, so I dropped it down to 3. So at the start of the minute, I would do my repetitions, and then I would have the rest of the minutes of rest. So the faster you get done the reps, the more time you have to rest. I did 10 sets total. So 10 minutes of work and my heart rate was jacked up. Talk about working with barbells. You could pick up a 160-pound barbell 3 times every minute on the minute, but it's no way even close to something like picking up a sandbag. Your sand is all loose and it's falling around and you're trying to catch it and bring it close to your body, but it wants to fall away. And it's like turning up all the switches on the soundboard at once. So your heart gets all jacked up. Now you can see my back rounding here. And with something like picking up the sandbag or the stone, your back is inevitably going to round. You're never going to have a perfectly straight back with this kind of stuff because you have to get so low, for one. 2, it's not a linear motion. It's just life. So you learn to brace, getting deep air into your belly and bracing against it. So you protect your spine still. You use your back a lot, but you use your hips and hamstrings, but it's a lot safer than if you were overextended and then pulled into a flexed position. Hope that makes sense. Anyway, now I'm just doing some carries. I made it 7.5 times on this first run, and I was like, damn, I think I can just do 8. Like, there's no reason why I shouldn't be able to do 8. So on my second run, which I don't have a video of, I lowered the weight so it was more resting in my hands with my arms straight, and that way I could lean backward further and not actually, just a lazy way of carrying it, honestly. But my forearms were blasted after, and my upper back was blasted, so it felt pretty good, and my heart rate was all jacked up. Even though it's just walking, like, you do this for a couple minutes, and you start getting, your heart rate starts getting up there, so I enjoy strongman a lot more than I do powerlifting. But powerlifting builds the base, What else we got? Oh, the log press, yeah. So, the log press, I picked a random number. I said, I'm going to do 160 for 5. Just an arbitrary number. I think the last time I tried doing 160, I could only get like 2 or 3 at a time, or 4 maybe. So I said, I'm going to do 5. And 160 is my strict press max. But you can see here, even with just a belt and lifters, I hammered it. The weight's moving smooth. Whoop. The weight's moving smooth, and ended up getting 6. So I was pretty happy about that. The 6th rep there was a little shaky, but I ended up getting it. So I was real happy with that for the day. Then I went downstairs and just decided to work on some deadlifts. I tried pulling the weight from blocks first, and it wasn't really working that well, so I just put it on the ground, and I think I was standing on a 10-pound bumper plate, so it was maybe like an inch off the ground, and I'm just trying to get my back into a better position. So break it off the floor, and I pause, and I try and figure it out. I did 8 sets of 3, and then I went and did some good mornings with just 100 pounds. Started off without the bench first. And, with the good morning, you always want to sit your hips back, bend the knees slightly. You can see my shins stay vertical. That's why I have the bench there too, to help me remember that. But even without it, with a lighter weight, I know what I'm doing. It feels like your back is going to round over, but for where you stop at that angle, it doesn't. If you go any further than that, then you start getting a little shaky with some lumbar flexion type stuff. So you really don't want to go too low. So I did a narrow stance, and then I turned, or I stepped forward and I put my feet out wider and I did a wider stance. So a wider stance always feels more comfortable for me, but trying to train that narrow stance and get more stronger wrist because I'm not good at it. So that's why I did the narrow stance first, and then I did the wide stance. And I got the safety squat bar, but you can just do it with a regular barbell. I don't really suggest going too heavy with these because there's a lot of potential to fuck it up. So I use it like high rep type stuff and then time under tension. I did some walks with the safety squat bar too. It was a stationary walk. I don't know if that makes sense, but basically I hooked bands up to my power, or my safety squat bar on my power rack, and I would just left foot, right foot, like I'm lifting my feet up. And I'm just trying to brace and stabilize the ribs and stuff. But that's it. Make sure you like the video, share the video. Thanks for watching.